I'm going to talk about our Santa Ana project. It's our flagship. It has a rich colonial history. At times during the Spanish colonial empire era, it was the highest grade silver project in the empire. We have an extremely high quality, high grade silver gold discovery, and we have a near-term compliant resource in this quarter, and we think it's looking like a future mine. Forward-looking statements concerning risk and how risk can affect outcomes. So we're looking at a real important milestone, which is moving to the next stage of a discovery, to the next, what we can see is the next stage of value, which will be a compliant resource. We have an internal guidance jumping through the BCSC hoops of in the first quarter of 2023 of 45 to 55 million ounces silver equivalent at 550 to 750 grams equivalent silver per ton. That grade in particular is a pretty important and impressive number. Just a company snapshot, 194 million shares outstanding, 302 fully diluted. We do have analyst coverage through Research Capital, Stuart McDougall, as a speculative buy at 75 cents, and that's predicated on us hitting the 50 million at average grade, or valued at about $3 an ounce, equivalent ounce. Eric Sprott owns 14% of the company, management and directors 12%, high net worth investors 74%, and there's a 12-month chart, I think, and you can see sometime around September we kind of broke loose from just the gold silver price, and we started slowly and consistently appreciating. We've had a little bit of retraction lately, but the people that participated in our last placement are very happy. I've got 38 years experience in all aspects of economic geology, but more important than me probably is Guillermo Hernandez. We hired him away from Lundin Gold at Fruta del Norte. He's real strong. He worked on the resource estimation team, so it's a timely hire for him to come in and guide our independent QP, Micon International, to a resource. Just an overview, highway access, it's basically a drive-up project, grid power including a major transmission line, hydroelectric power, water that can be developed on the property, very strong community support, and excellent security conditions. Importantly too, is especially with the new government, President Gustavo Petro, silver is a strategic metal for Colombia, or for Mr. Petro, because he wants Colombia to be part of the energy transition economy. We're significantly de-risked. We've got over 50,000 meters of drilling in 307 holes. The weighted average for all intercepts above 200 or 150 grams silver equivalent is over 1.5 kilograms equivalent silver per ton. It's almost entirely silver gold, a little bit of lead here, and lead zinc here and there, but basically the breakdown is 7.5 grams gold and 860 grams silver. This is just some recent headliner assays. These vary between true thickness and unknown thickness, but you can see some that stand out. It's 8.97 meters at 1.6 kilograms, 6.93 meters at 2.1 kilograms, and in June, 1.85 meters of over 7 kilograms. We're exploring aggressively on this southeast trend. It's anchored on one side by the Royal Santa Ana mines, and on the other by the Frias mine. The Frias mine itself produced 8 million ounces at 1.3 kilograms silver recovered. Fortunately, the vein's outcrop. It's a fairly straightforward exploration. You sample it, go underground, you put your hand on it and you drill it. We've found some real interesting exploration guidelines. For instance, top of ore is usually at 800 meters mean sea level, and the structural configuration is such as that every 300 to 400 meters, we tap into another good high-grade chute. I should point out that the veins highlighted in red are the only veins that are going into our maiden resource. Basically, it represents less than 30% of the prospective veins that you see in the light orange. With more detailed work, all those veins end up being packages of veins from 1 to 2 kilometers wide with up to 6 individual veins within them. This is 6,000 fully permitted hectares out of 36,000 hectares in total. So really only 15% of the property has been explored. It's really a silver province. It's more than a silver district. Close, narrow veins, but one thing that's very fortunate is wherever they're high angle, they're almost always grouped in packages so that you can either composite a significant amount of the veins together, or you have significant amounts of parallel splays that also fall into the resource. Just kind of, we don't have this in an engineering sense, but if we can composite only about 15–20% of the veins, it would increase the true thickness almost by over double. This is just an ore chute comparison. We talk in chutes because that's pretty good. The chutes themselves fairly defined by certain occurrence or certain spacing, certain depth, certain trend. But this is just to compare our chute system to what Vizsla has in Tajitos. Basically, that's the exact same scale. None of the blue, none of the green is going to come out of the ground. So really, vein systems, almost all of them are in a chute configuration. We're getting our metallurgy done. We did have to go back and do some additional metallurgy for the resource report. Through Micon International requested it, so we have some samples in SGS in Chile getting done, especially on some of the flotation aspects. But 90% of the gold's in a free native state. We have 4% in very coarse-grained electrum. We have 88% of the silver in argentite, and we have 4% native silver. Argentite itself is 87% silver by composition, so really we crack, we got all this free milling metals, and we crack the argentite, and basically we got recovery. 80 to 90% of the sulfides are liberated at between 53 and 106 microns. That just basically means it's relatively cheap grind. Average recoveries for all samples is 96% for gold and 94% for silver, and we can come up with a concentrate. Our first concentrate test was 6.5 kilograms silver and almost 90 or 83 grams gold. In Colombia, it's important to be aligned with the objectives of the government. Really, there's really two strong ones. One, they want mining and exploration to benefit communities. Two, they want to focus and foster search and development of minerals critical to the energy transition. Petro and his Minister of Mines Tourist has said in multiple forums they're not anti-mining, they just want it done the right way, of course, and so it is important to be aligned with the government. The way we're doing that, especially as it relates to the community, is we spend months, literally, before we move to a new drill area, and we try to do innovative things by talking to the community, what they want, the schools, the church, the civil government, the people themselves. We've done some really innovative things. We've got 278 wheelchairs in a customs house about to come out to be delivered to the disabled municipalities of Falan and the town. Significant percent of those designed for children. We do microcap business startups. We assist with that. We do primary and secondary education for adults. We try to address malnutrition by increasing farm productivity through the University of Agronomy Department at the University of Medellin. And anyway, but we really try to engage the community on what they want. So. Just some catalysts going forward. We've got 3 rigs running. We should have a continual news flow. We should be drilling 1,800 meters. a month. We're doing definition drilling to depth right now, but we'll be stepping out to more greenfield targets. We got 11 or more targets. And when I say targets, I mean they're with surface samples to anywhere from 1 kilogram silver to 10 kilogram silver. And then again, we'll publish a compliant resource before the end of this quarter.